Hi Cancer, welcome back. So Cancer, this is going to be a reading for mid-November. I'm gonna run the energy is gonna run all the way through the end of December, and I already have a card out, so let's get started. It's the card of Taurus. Some of you might be dealing with the Taurus or on the cusp of well, no, not on the cusp. Maybe dealing with the Taurus or have Cancer somewhere in your birth chart. For others of you, this is just the energy surrounding you. It's all about the practical, being practical, down to earth, steadfast. It's a very productive energy, so I do like that. It can be a very fertile energy, so for you females of the childbearing age, watch that. It talks about pleasure seeking, you know, sensuous. It's can be an indulgent type of energy. Can I speak today? Indulgent. So watch that, you know, watch like overindulging. It is a very loyal, patient type of energy, but it can also be quite a stubborn energy, okay? So, or even somewhat overprotective energy. So watch that. So let's get into it. And as I say, a bit of a stubborn, overprotective energy, here you have the Emperor, which is someone that likes to be in control of things, okay? So I feel like Cancer, you are in the driver's seat absolutely during this time frame, but be careful that you don't become like obsessive over it or possessive, okay? Or some of you might be dealing with someone like that. It's also kind of a bit of like, you know, in your head type of energy. I have a song in my head. What's in your head? In your head, zombie. That's an old rock song. Maybe from the 2000s, the Cranberries, maybe. Anyways, I feel like some of you are in your head, right? You know, like maybe overthinking things, maybe over fantasizing for some of you. It's, you know, for those of you who are looking for pleasure, like I said, it's a pleasure seeking vibe here. You know what I'm saying? You might be in your head about that. And then you have the Devil, the King of Swords out. Lots of masculine energy here, Cancer. So this is particularly true if you're a male Cancer. You might be like sexually fantasizing a lot. Okay, especially if you're lacking in that area right now. Females, you might be dealing with a male like this, but it certainly can be you, you know, it's a general, so take it as it resonates. For others of you, it's not necessarily the sexual piece of it. It's just being like overthinking type of vibes, you know, obsessively thinking about something, not letting things go, coming back to it again and again. King of Swords is also very intellectual type of energy. In this deck, it can be someone who is not careful with their words, you know. It's funny because like you're overthinking to the point that you might not be speaking, but then when you do speak, it might be not well thought out. So watch that vibe, right? Because I feel like you'll want to really think things through before you speak during this time frame, all right? Because I think that you're looking to build here, looking for cooperation, but if you don't see it for what it is or choose your words carefully, you could end up being left out in the cold as opposed to getting cooperation, okay? So that energy is here with the Five of Pentacles out now. Then you have the Lovers card, okay? And then the Tower energy. So I feel like, yeah, important decisions to make during this time frame. You might have some unexpected events occur in this time frame, Cancer, and it might be, you know, a bit unstabling, okay? But I feel like whatever it is, it's, you know, to clear things out, okay? To clear that energy out, all right? It is also Scorpio season and we're in a retrograde, so you could certainly be, you know, looping on things from the past or things that once made you feel unstable as well, and overthinking it is what I feel here. Six of Swords, moving forward from that energy, especially towards December. Not really. Moving forward right back into the past. What in the world, Cancer? 9 of Wands. So you have this emotionally moving forward, and then you also have a past energy. So be careful not to repeat the past during this time frame, because it's going to be really easy to do, especially if you get all up in your head and you start feeling like a bit unstable. It'll be easy to over romanticize the past, over fantasize the past. And what you're needing to do is, instead of obsessing in that form, obsess over building yourself up, building on what you have, you know, making decisions that help you to move forward, okay? Because I feel like it could go one of two ways. And then the 9 of Wands in this deck is, you know, speaking, having a conversation about it. But it's a one-sided conversation. So again, there's a lot here to do with how you speak during this time frame and who your audience is. Because I feel like that's going to be really important. Okay, whether that's career or love. And then 5 of Wands, you know, on the outside looking in. Ooh, Cancer. So I feel like, listen, you know, the energy is really asking you not to obsessively think during this time frame, to build on what you have, stop focusing on what you don't have if you've been doing that. You know, make decisions that move you forward, not destabilize you. And it's okay to think about the past, but don't over fantasize it. Don't, you know, assume that the grass was greener, because I feel like it's just that. There's a really, really big need to stay grounded and practical during this time frame, because I think it's going to be really easy for you to get caught up in being impractical, you know? And so I feel like, too, while it's okay to pleasure seek, and I think that you'll find some comfort there, if you go overboard with that during this time frame, it's going to do the opposite. It's going to cause more lack as opposed to more gain. So there's a caution here. I feel like you have a very tenacious vibe about you, Cancer. You know, and the King of Swords energy, which is coming out as you, certainly doesn't take no shit. You know, neither does the Emperor. So I feel, you know, that tenacious part of you is still very much there. But it's like, at what, you know, keep it earthy. Keep it practical. Because, you know, at what cost? You want to be tenacious, but at what cost, right? Keep it balanced. I do see you're going to be really dominant during this time period. Really, really dominant. And or some of you are dealing with a dominant male figure during this time frame. Okay. So I can tell that some of you are definitely dealing with someone. And now I'm going to go into that portion of the reading and pull it together. If you're not dealing with anyone, and or you don't care to know what the other person is going through, then this is where the reading ends for you. Sorry, my nose itches. But for the rest of you, we're going to continue here. Person Cancer is dealing with. Person Cancer is dealing with. So this person is in the 6 of Pentacles energy. You know, they may be focused on their work, their hobbies. They may be, you know, overgiving and or overtaking during this time period, because I feel like it's like, I feel like this person is either overspending or overexpending their energy, like overexerting their energy. Do you know what I'm saying? To the point that they need to go in hermit mode, which is like, this guy looks like he's in his PJs, like for real. You know, like to the point where they feel kind of like broken down almost. And I think that this person's going to want to retreat here. The hermit also is someone that's seeking an answer to something or seeking higher guidance, all right? maybe some conflict around this person during this time frame, or competition. You had the Five of Wands. I had the they have the Five of Wands here. So I feel like this person, you better watch it, because their temper might be a bit intense during this time frame, okay? Especially if there's any conflict going on, whether that be with you or in their work environment or their family environment. This person is going to be very assertive. And like I said, they may take on a lot during this time period, but they may also lose a lot of sleep, lose a lot of time, lose a lot of energy, something to do with that. Then I had the Sun card. Okay, so this person is, you know, I feel like trying to focus on the things that bring them happiness, you know, like not wanting to, you know, as the month goes on, they want to emotionally distance themselves from any type of conflict, I feel. Because they have the Six of Swords, Ace of Swords here, going towards enlightenment or clarity here. So whatever this person was searching for, whatever information they needed during the beginning of the time frame, I see that they've gotten it or will be getting it. Okay, and it helps them to move forward. And I feel like this person is certainly not someone who backs down easily. And they have the Empress energy on their side, which is also Taurus energy. Okay, so they may have that in their chart. That doesn't have to be, it's a general reading. I feel like this person is, you know, it came out in the reverse. So upright, I feel like the Empress has all she needs, he or she, and is patient and authoritative. In the reverse, this person might be quite moody. You know, not able to give all of themselves during this time frame, because I feel like I get a sense of exhaustion, even though I don't have any cards of exhaustion. But for some reason I feel that, okay? So then they have the Magician here, which is wanting to create, wanting to manifest, but they're running on fumes. So what are they going to do here? You know, that's how I feel. I think that this person is becoming impatient during this time frame, you know, maybe diving into their shadow side, okay, with the moon here, subconscious mind even. What is this about? Yeah. You know, they may be underneath it all, kind of looking at what they used to have. You're both in the same vibe. You're both in the same vibe of looking back over fantasizing, not seeing the value here. Holding on. I have another song in my head. Holding on. I don't want to think I'm ready. I don't even know the words to that song. Or the title. It's kind of a new agey rock pop. Anyways. Yeah, that's what I feel here. They're holding on. It's all about time and energy with this person. They ain't got the time and they ain't got the energy. You know, that's what I feel. I feel like they overgave themselves in one area or overgave themselves in the past. And I feel like tempers may flare during this time frame. I feel like this person is wanting to emotionally detach towards the end of November or in the near future. And not having all of what they need to manifest right now. And it's because now they have overgiven. Now they're not willing to give, I feel, and focused on, you know, their focus is elsewhere. Okay. And I look at you over here and your energy, and it's kind of similar. Yours is more of a cautionary tale of like, don't over fantasize, and there could be instability here, okay? Now, some of you had an ending. If you had an ending with this person, then here's how I feel. I feel that this person has sought enlightenment, emotionally distanced, but they still think about you. Not willing to talk about it, budge, no. But still focused on that. You're over here somewhat over fantasizing the past, I feel, which only makes you more unstable. And watch any spying type of energy. So, you know, I think like social media makes it so absolutely freaking impossible to move on these days, because people, you know, and I'm not saying this is you, this is an example of when people come to my tarot readings, they're still checking someone's social media every day, or still, you know, just kind of keeping an eye on them. And it makes it that much harder to let go of the energy when we do that. It's actually a very toxic piece of social media. But I see like either you or they or both are doing that, okay? Especially if you had an ending with this person. And needing to actually, what you want is cooperation, which you won't get without a decision to either distance yourself completely or talk it over. I don't feel like this person's willing to budge though. Even though they still think back on it. Okay, so that's if you had an ending here. Because I feel like this person's in a fixed energy. They're holding on. For others of you, you know, I feel like, yeah, don't let your passion drive you during this time period. Like, don't get me wrong, follow your passions. But if you're a male, you know, don't let your sex drive override your brain. Females, you might be dealing with a male like that, or it could be you. That's a caution for a few of you, because I see a high fantasy-driven, pleasure-seeking drive here, whether it's coming from your side or this person's side. And I feel like I keep wanting to say like a cautionary tale, you know, something to do with that. So yeah, just keep that on your radar. If you're in a happy coupledom, I mean, certainly nothing wrong with pleasure seeking, right? But just don't over fantasize it, you know? Because I see that could be the case. And yeah, that's just a caution. Getting a lot of innuendo vibes. Wow. All right, so Cancer, I'm going to leave it there. Zodiac signs you might be dealing with. I have Virgo, Taurus, possibly Capricorn, Leo, Scorpio, Capricorn again, Aries, Gemini, could be Libra, could be Aquarius. Small possibility of Earth. Wait, I said all of the Earth. Yes. And that's what I have for you. If it resonated, please do like, share, and subscribe. Check out my social media account. Links down in the description box below, as well as my other YouTube. If you want to come and chat with me, I do vlogs there. Check it out. Also check on in my shop. If you click on the little pink sweater, it'll take you into my shop, and you can get your own hoodie with your zodiac sign and tarot symbol printed on it. And I do wish you the very best, Cancer. Namaste.